few videos on trading, football trading, etc. One thing I haven't really touched on is value. And when you think about it, value is quite important. There's something I've recently learned regarding value and what is value. So, for instance, if I was to take my older trading prices, I would say betting on, trading, betting, whatever you want to call it, on odds of 2.0, I thought was value. When you think about it, is trading evens value? And if you want to put this another way, if you were to get an equal outcome from tossing a coin, so if you were to say, if you were to bet on heads each time, would you be putting a £10 on the price? Would you be getting value, knowing that you could win £10, lose £10? And if it was to land on tails more often than heads, you'd lose. Is that really value? So what I mean by value for me, it could mean different things for different people, but value for me is trading on a price that's going to give you a long-term profit. Because you're going to get some losers. It's an investment. It's impossible to trade every match and win. You're going to get some losers, and the idea is if you get the right value, then surely your winnings should overcompensate what you are going to lose, and you make small profit. I think that's the aim of the game, isn't it, for me? So what is value? I did a little thing on value, a little spreadsheet. I have to find out where it is now. I can't remember where I put it. But I did do a little, where it is. I'll just get it for you. So I did a little spreadsheet on what I mean by value. And overall, what I would actually be gaining. So I started putting my trades into a sheet. So for instance, if I was going to back odds of, probably something like 4.5, wouldn't it? And the away would be, I don't know, say 2.5, wherever. If I was to back odds of 3, I'd be making overall £2 per trade. Odds of 4.5 for the draw, overall £2 per trade. Odds of 2.5, £2.50 per trade if I was to bet on £50 stakes. I think it's not much. But what happens if I was to say find real value? And I found the real value in the lay markets. So if I was to say lay the draw at 1.29, I would maybe make a profit of around about 50 quid bet. Sorry, this is 50 quid bet at lay at 1.29. Overall, I'd make a consistent profit of £36.10. So that's not going to be every time. You are going to lose some, but over the course of the value, you're going to make an average profit of £36.10 per trade. You wouldn't lay 11.5, but if you did, you'd end up losing £462.75, so that's not value. But when you're looking at the draw prices, 1.29, you can see you're getting value there. So for instance, if you were to put a tenner on, if you were to lay a tenner on that, you'd lose £2.90 per trade. So it'd take you 5 trades, maybe 3 or 4 trades, sorry, to actually lose the £10 that you gain off winning 1. So that to me is value. Again here, if I was to lay the unders market at 1.17, again, because of the price of the odds, how much I'd lose per trade, you're bound to win a few. So you gain around about £37.48 per trade. So that tells me that when I want to, if I want to make trading a long-term profit, I have to look for the value in the market. And some people might watch this video and think, duh. But for the new trader, don't really think about this. You don't really understand it. You don't really think, oh, what's the value in the market? What I've seen of new traders, and even my own behaviours for trading, I just look at odds and don't really think about, am I getting value for my money? I don't think about long-term solutions, which I think you tend to get more as you more you trade. And a lot of new traders will be out there, I think. There's win a few, they lose a few, and they'll be trading all day on a Saturday. You'll probably start at 9 o'clock in the morning, whenever the first game is in Australia, and you'll probably be carrying it through till 9:30. And you might have a bit of fun doing it. You might be on some chat site, or you might be on a trading software. It's got its own chat room and stuff like that. And you look at the end of the day and you think, well, I've only made £2, or I'm in a loss here. How's that? It's because most of the time we don't trade value, especially when we're starting out. We just look at odds and we think, yeah, it's not bad, we'll back that. I've seen people backing 1.3 and 1.5s and 1. It's not real value. Over the long term, you're going to lose money doing it that way. So the biggest tip I could possibly give anybody that I've learned in my short time trading is looking for the value in the market. And if you continue trading on value prices, getting the most out of your buck, you're going to start making a profit. So how do you get value? Well, it's about backing prices. I mean, if you were to take the coin at 2.0, for instance, if I was to say to you, okay, for every time it lands on heads, I'll give you 2.5. So suddenly now, instead of just winning £2, you're probably winning about £2. I'm not crap with money, but you say you win £2.25, £2.50, whatever it is, if it lands on heads, but you lose £2 if it lands on tails. Then that's value, because you're gaining more in the market. If you were to back on evens, then you should, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that if when you win or lose, one defeat takes away one loss. When really what you're looking for is one win would take 3 to 4 defeats or losses to remove that profit. Because essentially you're not going to win every trade, and I don't know what the odds are, or the value. I suppose it depends on your research and what you're trading, but surely if you were to back a low value of evens, or even less than evens at 1.7, you can't be making that a success. It's impossible to. In my view, it's impossible to. There might be people on this video that watch this video and say, well, actually, no, I've done this and I've done that. Well, fair play to you. But for me, I just don't see how, if you're looking at prices and trading at prices that isn't offering you the value over a period of time, then surely you must be losing. And I've seen a lot of people, including myself, not just get myself out of this, I'm the same, that you go into a market, you open it up, whether you're watching a game or you're on some in-play stats site, and you see there's been a few attacks, and you're looking at the price, and it's about 1.3 or 1.5. Because you don't want to miss out on that trade, you bang it in, and then the goal doesn't come, and you think, oh wow, so you probably traded a tenner on a 1.7. Doesn't really add up, does it? But for instance, if you were to wait and lay the market at the end of the match, in the last 10 minutes, where there's been no goals, and suddenly you're starting to see a few attacks, the price is there. The price is going to be about 1.2s, 1.1s. So if you were to put a tenner on that and lay the match, most of your risking is probably about 1.5 £1.29, £1.15, £1.20, depends on what your odds are. But if you're to win, you're going to gain a full tenner. Or on the case that's 50 quid. And, I'm not sure what the prices are or what you'd be losing off 50 quid, but sure, that makes more sense. Even if you were to back at freeze, like I've seen here, overall you come out with a couple of quid profit. So just bear that in mind. Next time you start to trade, just look for value. Just think to yourself, am I getting value out of this market? Now this sheet, I'm very happy to share. Just give me a bell, and I'm more than happy to share the sheet. If you can make improvements to it, fantastic. I say it's just something I slapped together. It took about 10 minutes to do it. But when I created it and I put the figures in to what I was actually getting, I was gobsmacked at some of the prices, and I wasn't actually getting value on the market. So just bear in mind, next time you trade, just think in the back of your mind, am I actually getting value at the market? If I'm putting £10, 50 quid on a 1.7, am I getting value at the market? What happens if that doesn't come off? Well, you lost 50 quid. I don't know whether that would get you off 50 quid or not, or maybe off a tenner, you're backing 1.7. What is it, 7 quid? Something like that. Just think, next time I put a trade on, am I actually getting the value at the market? And if you're consistently looking for that value and consistently getting that value, surely that would mean that you're consistently getting profit in the market. Thank you for listening. If you watch this video, please, if you've got any comments to make them. I listen to them all and I put them all on board. At the end of the day, it's a two-way discussion. Thank you for listening.